Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. I am grateful, thankful for this day, for this time, and for this opportunity to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and my sisters, it is the natural, normal, necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up. We let it out. That's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. Morning is a good thing. Morning is a good thing. Release brings about relief, and it's good to get out what you're feeling in. So don't just grieve, don't just feel, but mourn, reveal. Thank you so much for joining us on today. I'm excited to share the word with you on today. Today is day 349. This message is right on time. We're going to talk about making it through, not fixing everything. Making it through, not fixing everything. We are at the halfway mark of December the 15th, and we have been focusing on just surviving December. One thing that we come to know and understand, December can be extremely heavy. It's dark, it's cold, it's snowy, it's heavy. It's emotions. It's sandwiched between two very emotional holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And for those who are experiencing grief, it can be a heavy month. What do we do to survive December? Today, we're going to talk about just making it through and not fixing everything. Let's talk about it, y'all. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. Grief doesn't get resolved on a schedule. December doesn't magically fix what was lost. If you're ending the month still tired, still tender, still healing, guess what? You haven't failed. You've survived. And that's the name of the game this year, this December. We just trying to survive. We're not going to get to the end of this month and everything is all gravy, baby. We're not going to get to the end of this month and all of our problems are solved. Our I's are dotted, our T's are crossed. We're magically healed. It's not going to work that way. We just want to survive. The parties, the pressure, the emotions, the holidays, the dark, the cold, the snow, the feelings, everything that we have. God, just help me to survive this month, right? This season wasn't about finding answers, forcing joy, or making sense of everything. It was about getting through, right? Getting through the holidays, getting through with honesty, getting through with courage, getting through with and by the grace of God. That every day you showed up, breathed, and kept going was an act of strength, whether it felt like it or not. Y'all know what it feels like to survive. Y'all know what it means to survive. Y'all know what it means just to get through. There's some stuff, y'all, I'm just trying to get through it. This month, I'm just trying to get through it. This season, I'm just trying to get through it. This situation, I'm just trying to get through it. This day, this holiday, I'm just trying to get through it. That's the name of the game. We are trying to get through, right? We want to survive. We want to get through. We want to make it happen. Here it is. God's compassion carried you when your strength ran low. He met you in heavy days, quiet nights, and moments you didn't think you'd make it through. And if all you did this month was endure, that is enough. Just endure. Sometimes you feel like quitting. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like throwing a towel. Just endure. I'm telling you now, I've gotten to the point to where I've gotten on my grief journey, dealing with my father, my sister, my best friend, all of these. You know how I made it? I just endured. When it comes to the change, the transitions, the losses of life, and I look back and when it happened initially, it was very tender. It was very painful. It was very, man, problematic. But you know how I was able to make it through? Just endured, right? Not in my own strength, because his strength is made perfect in my weakness, but you just keep waking up. Put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, one moment at a time. Ultimately, you endured, right? And the small steps lead to great distances. And I want to encourage you, just endure. I know it can seem so rough and so tough, and you don't see how. And that's the thing. It's like, how am I gonna make this big journey? You gonna make it one step at a time. You gonna endure, and you gonna put one foot in front of the other. One day, for you 15 days in already, right? I know Thanksgiving was hard enough, and you look at that like you are 15 days in already. Just continue to endure. This is any season. This is how people make it through work days. Y'all know y'all was ready to go home before you even got to work. It's like, I got this 8-hour shift. How I'm gonna make it endure? I endured one moment, 1 minute, one step. I just endured. Before I knew it, it was time to clock out and come home. Right? You endured. Endured. Think about the hard seasons of your life, or the times where it was raising your kids, or just enduring a season of financial struggle, or just enduring just whatever you had to go through, a sickness or whatever. And you can look back now and say, man, how did I make it over? I endured. I stayed the course. I didn't grow weary in well doing, because I knew and understood in due season I would reap if I faint not. That's the name of the game. Endure. You got to last longer than a season. If you can last longer, you endured, right? Understand, you are still here. You are still held. God is still with you. This is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do. Pause today and say, Lord, thank you for carrying me through this season. Thank you for carrying me through this season. Acknowledge yourself for surviving, and trust God to walk with you into whatever comes next. Lord, I thank you for carrying me through this season. Acknowledge yourself for surviving. Trust that God is going to walk you into whatever come next, because that's exactly what he's going to do. All we trying to do is make it through, understanding we ain't got to fix everything. We just trying to make it through. Today is 3:49. I pray this message was right on time. I want to encourage you, continue to endure. Make it through. Ain't got to fix everything at once. We gonna make it. 1 minute, 1 moment, 1 step, and we gonna get there. Amen. Hey, Miss Pryor. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Miss Linda Griffin, I never would have made it, is my anthem. I know that's right. Period. Stay the course. Pamela Michelle, that's what we got to do. We got to stay the course. I'm in a loop in my grief journey, and it does get discouraging. Trying to find a balance, a new normal, often feels like a setback. I'm in a loop in my grief journey, and it does get discouraged. You want to say more? Trying to find a balance, a new normal, often feels like a setback. You want to say more, Devada? You want to say more? Can you say more? Do you want to say more? Absolutely. Do you want to say more? Do you want to say more? Amen. Do you want to say more? And sometimes, and I tell people this sometimes, all right, like the process is the process, and just navigating through it. We gonna make it. Yeah, we definitely gonna make it. We gonna make it. It's a season of self-discovery. It's a season of, sometimes, I always tell God, fill in the blanks. He is the God of our gaps, because sometimes, like, we find ourselves in a loop. Sometimes we don't have the answer. Sometimes we're trying to wait, or whatever the case may be, and it's like, please be the God of my gaps. Well, I'm in the gap. I don't know. Fill in the blank. You remember them tests in school? You had to fill in the blank, like multiple choice. It was more beneficial because it could jog your memory. You could do process of elimination. But when you had to fill in the blank, it's like, oh man, either you know it or you don't. And sometimes it's some stuff we don't know, right? And so it's like one of them things to where, God, fill in the blanks. Because right now I'm in a season of ambiguity. I'm in a season of uncertainty. And I just need you to fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, right? Fill in the blanks. Thank you for the encouraging word. I needed it. Thank you so much, Miss Shanna, for joining us. Amen. We're here every single day at 8 a.m. for a grief devotion. We do a 7 a.m. regular devotion, and then we do a 8 a.m. grief devotion for people dealing with loss, change, and transition. It's like trying to get better has been difficult, especially when it's been back-to-back loss. Absolutely. That's called compounded loss, right? It's one thing after another, and I can't even process this because here comes another, right? And so, yeah, that's compounded loss. I told you I was going to do a series on the different types of grief, right? Anticipatory grief, complicated grief, compounded loss. There's so many different kinds, but that's compounded. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to unpack and deal with. And it's like I'm trying to deal with this one now. This one comes, and my feelings, and I'm all over the place because I didn't even properly unpack that one. Now I gotta, I gotta deal with this one. So that's one of them things. When you're dealing with compounded loss, yeah, it's a lot to take on, and you do definitely have to take your time and navigating through it because there were some things attached to the first one that in and of itself is a lot to contend with. But now there's some stuff that's attached to the second one, and some stuff attached to the third one. So that's one of them things to where, again, you don't suppress, but you express, and you go through the process of unpacking how you feel, revealing how you feel, each situation, right, and dealing with all the vastness and the enormity of the loss that you are experiencing. Sometimes it can be so overwhelming that we just bury ourselves. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to dive in. I don't know how to deal with it. So I do nothing because I'm overwhelmed. You ever do that when y'all got to clean up and there's so much to clean up, you don't know where to start? So you just take a nap because you like, I don't look at all of this I got to do. I don't even know where to start. And you get so overwhelmed, you just take a nap. So you don't do anything and everything still is there. Ain't nothing went nowhere. Sometimes grief works the same way. There's so much to deal with. I got so much I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to dive in. And you get so overwhelmed that you don't do anything. And so, yeah, you stay in the loop. I'm in this loop because I don't even know where to jump in. Right. And so, yeah, but that's when we just jump in, right? It ain't beautiful. You just jump in. You just jump in and say, all right, we just gonna start here. That's what it is when it's time to clean up. I'm just start here. I'll put a load of clothes in the wash, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do something else. So at least I got the ball rolling. I'm making a little progress, right? And that's the way it is. It's a journey, ups and downs. So you're just going through it. Absolutely. Without my brother, is a new norm. He was only 55, yeah, years of age. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is. And it's something that um it's the journey. So we go on this journey, and that's why we're here every single day, Miss Pryor. So what we said was oftentimes people walk with us a week or two or three or the month after somebody dies, but what about 6 months? What about a year? What how do I process what's taking place? I need a village, I need a community, I need a place where I can go, right, and get some daily tips, tools, and techniques to help me process what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And so that's why we meet every single day at 8 a.m. Been doing so for 3 years, just to provide a virtual village that people can come to, where you can form relationships, where you can process, where you can talk, where you can form connections, again, where you can get information, inspiration, you can get some practical application to kind of help on your grief journey transformation. Because it's hard. 55 years. He was only 55 years old. Yeah. How do I navigate through this, right? So yeah, join us every single day. We got you. We got you. We got you. We got you. We're gonna make it happen. We are. Knowing holidays are difficult doesn't seem to lessen years after. Yeah, it don't. Sometimes it intensifies. Some people think, oh, I got over the first, second, third. I'm good. Year 5 will come and smack the Mario coins out you, right? Year 10 will come. Year 20 will come. And you'd be like, man, it's 20 years later, and I'm feeling something. Grief. Could you process it? Yeah, you process even 20 years later, you like, man, they would have been this old, or it just hits you differently. Every year is different, right? And that's why this is so important. Compounded loss. Okay, that helps to acknowledge what I'm going through because I was like, what kind of grief is this? Thank you. Absolutely compounded. You can look it up. Compounded. Sometimes you got compounded grief, and sometimes it's complicated grief, right? Sometimes you can look up complicated grief. It's complicated, right? There are and that might be part of it. Definitely compounded if it's more than one. But sometimes there's just some nuances, there's some things that just it makes it complicated. And as I'm trying to process, and the whole situation, but there's some just the breakdown of it is people. It's difficult for people to understand, but we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna do the we're gonna do the different kinds and go through each one. Without my brother's a new norm. Yep, only 55. Yep, currently dealing with that. Cleaning my room. Yeah, you don't know where to start. Cleaning the room, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. And the good thing about it is when you start to do something, you start to gain a little momentum. And sometimes it may not be one day, it may be a 3 or 4 day project, but I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna gain a little momentum, right? With me, it was my nightstand last night. It was midnight. I'm taking out my drawers. We like, what you doing? Cleaning my nightstand. I said, we just talked about clearing the clutter last week. I may not get to everything, but I'm gonna get this done and just start throwing my old stuff away. I'm like, this has been in here for 3 years. This don't make no sense. All of this stuff. And you get momentum. And once you develop momentum and you get rolling, it just gets easier to keep plugging away. So this was a great message. Thank you. You were supposed to be. You said you weren't on whatchamacallit no more. You got an email address? Keonia, you got an email address? You said you weren't on social media no more because I told you to hit me up. If you got an email address, just drop it. I'll get it. I'll get it. Y'all hang in there. We gonna make it. I promise you. We gonna make it. We gonna navigate through it all. And we gonna make it. I appreciate y'all for joining us. Y'all know we're here every single day. I told y'all before, and I know over the last couple of weeks, y'all been doing it. If you are here in the city of Indianapolis, Indiana, y'all know I'm doing my dissertation on grief, and I just got approved to do my project. And I know some of y'all signed up. It is a 6-week project. If you're interested in being part of it, it's a 6-week project. We're gonna meet for 6 consecutive weeks for I think 90 minutes, maybe an hour, 2 hours. But it's dealing with grief, right? And so you can go to cohindy.org, cohindy.org, go to our website and just fill it out. The questionnaires on there, you may qualify to be a part of the research, right? Just fill out the questionnaire. It's going to ask you some questions, navigate through it. And it's 6 weeks. I'm telling you, it's laying a foundation for some stuff I'm going to do in 2026. And it's going to be powerful. And perhaps it may be just for you, something that will be very beneficial to you. So if you haven't already, I wish there was a virtual option. It's not, because we got to do some observations and some other stuff. But if you're here in the city of Indianapolis, Indiana, and you're interested, and everything lines up, hey, you may never know, right? So go sign up. I hope and pray y'all have a marvelous Monday. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, for another Good Morning Grief Devotion. Good morning.